Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today on this beautiful late winter day in Rochester, New York? Not too bad. They have that kind of weather in Boston, Bob. Well, good morning and welcome. My name is Lou Spiatti, and many of you know who I am. I'm the Executive Director of Intercollegiate Athletics at RIT. And I had always been taught to take my hat off when I'm indoors, but I just can't resist wearing this one. So, I'd like to officially welcome you to RIT, home of the 2012 NCAA Division III Women's Ice Hockey Champions, the RIT Tigers. And they're here with us today. I'd like them all to stand up and be recognized. Ladies. Thank you. What a fitting time for all of us to gather together to recognize this feat and this phenomenal hockey team. What a great group of student athletes we have here before us, and I'm so proud of them. Well, these are exciting times at RIT for a lot of different reasons. There's so much to be proud of here on this campus. Obviously, the hockey fortunes that we have been blessed with. But today we have quite a bit more excitement to share with you. And before we do so, I would like to introduce the panel that will be speaking today at today's press conference. And I'd like to start with our head coach of our national championship women's hockey team, Scott McDonald. Scott. And Dr. Mary Beth Cooper, who is our Senior Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Cooper, welcome. And many of you know this gentleman. He's on campus a lot for games, certainly at the Atlantic Hockey Championships. Mr. Bob DiGregorio, Commissioner of College Hockey America. Welcome, Bob. Bob made a stay here, extended stay. The championships were on Saturday night. He stayed right through Monday and today, and he's with us here today because it's so important to all of us. And finally, Dr. William Dessler, President of RIT, who I will now call forward to speak with you regarding some exciting new developments. Dr. Dessler.
Good. I'll go to the podium. All right, but then I have to take my extended remarks with me. You know, RIT's been a hockey power for a lot longer than many people realize. Of course, our men have won Division II and Division III national championships, and just a couple of years ago appeared in the Frozen Four in Detroit for the Division I. And our women's history is equally superlative over the years. Our women's hockey program began in 1975, the year before I was born. There have been 18 postseason appearances by our women, 13 consecutive winning seasons. In 2010-2011, they reached the first NCAA championship game in the history of our program. And of course, in 2011-2012, they did the whole thing. As we all know, they emerged as national champions. And frankly, that was the only fair outcome of this season because they were the best team in the country all year long. Let me tell you a little bit, just one significant statistic about what they accomplished. You know, hockey's a funny game. There's a lot of 2-to-1 scores, 3-2. The puck can take a funny bounce, do all kinds of things for you, and all of a sudden you've lost a game. We've played 60 hockey games over the last 2 years, this group here. They've won 54 of them. They tied 3 of them, and they lost 3, and 2 of those losses they avenged in the national playoff this year. And so we are really thrilled to announce what is the worst-kept secret in Rochester, that we have applied to the NCAA to move our women's hockey team to Division I effective next fall for our season next fall. And we have been unanimously accepted into College Hockey America, and I know that Bob will talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Obviously, the reasons behind the move, it's time. Clearly, we have a team that is ultra competitive at the Division III level, and I think it's time for us to take the next challenge. And I happen to know that all these players, especially the ones who are returning next year, are as excited as they can be about the possibility of moving to Division I and taking on those new challenges. I think obviously this is a big day for RIT athletics. We will now have Division I men's and women's hockey teams, the only Division I sports in the city of Rochester. And of course, we're also going to build a new arena, hopefully starting next fall, for these women and our men to play in, and it will accommodate the increasing demand for seats to watch men's and women's hockey at RIT. In fact, over the last couple of years, the men's hockey team has averaged about 2,100 fans per game, and of course the capacity of RIT is about 2,107. So I think you can tell that we really need our new arena, and our campaign for the arena is going very well. We're more than halfway to our fundraising goal. And we're about to select a final architect, and I think we'll put a shovel in the ground next fall. So I want to recognize everybody here. We've already recognized the women, but the coaching staff have played an important role in this, and you're going to hear from Scott McDonald later. But his assistants, I hope he'll recognize them, have also played an important role. And I think it's a great day for RIT hockey. It's a great day for RIT in general, and I think a great day for the city of Rochester. So let me ask Bob DiGregorio to say a few words about the significance of this move and what College Hockey America is becoming. Bob?
Good morning, everyone, and again, ladies, congratulations on truly a great year and a national championship. What better way to move from Division III to Division I than to leave Division III with a national championship. In 2004, I made my first official visit during that year here to RIT in Rochester, and it was first to discuss the men's ice hockey program with Luce Biotti and the administration about moving the men's program. At that time, we also bridged the discussion briefly about women's ice hockey, and the success as it moved forward would be watched closely with an opportunity for that to be elevated as that program succeeded moving forward. 2 years ago, I became the Commissioner of College Hockey America, serving in dual capacities as Atlantic Hockey Commissioner and CHA. Lou and I discussed this again, and he called me this year. I made an official visit here in February. I met with the president. I met with Mary Beth Cooper, the Senior Vice President for Student Life here, and we discussed women's hockey moving to Division I and its compatibility with the new member schools in the CHA. I am happy to report to Dr. Dressler and Luce Biotti and Mary Beth and all of you that on Monday, February 20th, 2012, a unanimous vote of the member institutions of the Directors of Athletics of College Hockey America voted to accept its newest member, Rochester Institute of Technology, beginning with the 2012-13 season with a complete league schedule and eligibility for the league playoffs next year. RIT is a perfect fit for our league. There are two other new additions this year, Penn State University and Lindenwood University. You will be joining Mercyhurst, who represented College Hockey America this year in the Division I National Championship Tournament, Robert Morris University, and Syracuse University. You will play 20 regular season games next year, 2 home, 2 away, against each of the other league members. The championship will take place at the end of the season. All 6 teams will be in the playoff. Teams 1 and 2 will have a bye. Team 3 will play 6, 4 will be playing 5, and those that advance will advance to the site of the number 1 seed who will host the Final Four. Congratulations and welcome. It's well-deserved. I look forward to working as I have been for the last, well, actually with Lou, many, many years. We go back to the ECAC, and when I was an athletic director at a Division II institution, we served on many committees together, and I look forward to continually working with him, Mary Beth, Dr. Dressler, Scott, Wayne from the men's staff, and Hilsey, and all of the people here. They've been very good to me in all of my times and my visits here, and I really look forward to continuing that relationship moving forward. I would like to now, before I sit down, introduce Mary Beth Cooper, Vice President, Senior Vice President for Student Affairs. Mary Beth.
So as you know, last weekend we had a very, very difficult choice to make, right? Friday worked out well, we were able to get to both games, and then all of a sudden, late Friday night, people were on Facebook, on Twitter, trying to make the decision about what to do about Saturday night. And I am proud to say that many, many, many people came to see the women play. But Scott McDonald said it perfectly at the end of the reception when he said when he saw that Dave Foss was at the women's game, he knew we'd win. And so that's what this is about for us. I mean, there are good folks in Campus Life. Carrie Pine called me Sunday night and said, how are we going to start the celebration for the women? What can I do? And I said, Carrie, it's only been about 8 hours. And I thought, well, you know, we also have rings to order. And I thought, we'll get to that rings. But I just learned about 3 minutes ago that they've already started the planning for the championship rings. White, gold, orange in the middle, and Dr. Dessler, they're sounding like they want a few diamonds. And so... So I look to my friend, Dr. Dessler, I look out and see Dr. Waters, and so I'll be calling you soon about the rings. But it was exciting, and it's exciting when you have a difficult choice. I hope that in the future we have a lot of difficult choices, that we have to choose between championship games. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right? But it was a great night, and we will be celebrating your wins with a celebration probably next month, just as soon as we get all the plans in place, because we want to acknowledge all of your perseverance, all of your focus, all the great things that you've done for the community, both Rochester as well as RIT. I couldn't be prouder. The one thing that I'm really proud of, and many of you may not know, that these women here collectively had a 3.17 GPA in season during the winter quarter. How great is that? And so it shows that, again, that their focus and their perseverance is not only on the ice, but it's also in the classroom. And I want you to know on behalf of all the students that you serve as a great role model. You serve as a great role model for not only other female students, but for our male students as well. And as we strive to get more women on campus, you are a part of our best recruitment. Who wouldn't want to be here and come and watch you play hockey? I don't know. So we're working on that as well. And somebody said to me last night, boy, it's really coincidental that you had this press conference planned. You know, did you know that you were going to win the national championship on Saturday? And I said, of course we knew we were going to win on Saturday night. It was a perfect plan. And that was designed by our coach, Scott McDonald. And so I'm going to turn it over to Scott. And as Scott comes forward, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Scott. He was the 2011 ECAC West Coach of the Year and also a finalist for the award in 2001. And additionally, he's the first RIT coach, women's coach, to achieve 100 wins. And so let's give a warm round of applause for Scott McDonald.
Yeah, I'm actually more nervous about talking right now than the national championship game, so this is very weird. But I don't have the girls to rely on to get this done. I have to kind of do it myself. But no, I just want to thank everyone for coming out here today. You know, and a special thanks to President Dessler, Commissioner DiGregorio, Mary Beth Cooper, and certainly Mr. Spiotti. One, for just bringing women's athletics to the forefront and being so supportive in elevating our program to Division I status. And you know, just hearing the news for the first time that we are eligible for the playoffs is you know, just a bonus for us right now, and I couldn't be more happy, honestly. And I'm actually at a loss for words. But for our team, I know it's a lifelong dream to be a national champion, and I know growing up they all wanted to play Division I, but they saw the value in our RIT education. They chose here, and I think the proof was on the ice of how strong these fine young ladies are, and how competitive they are, and in the classroom, they're getting it done in the classroom as well. So I don't want to talk too long because I want to get them back to class so we don't ruin our GPA. And but other than that, I couldn't be happier for the players, for our staff, Coach, you know, Chelsea Walkland, Coach DeMichael, you know, all the support staff with, you know, Jeff Siegel and our trainer Tiffany Reichman. It's a huge day for our program, but for the players, it's all about them, and I can't wait to see them playing against the best of the best now, and prove that we still are the best team in the country, even at the Division I level. We're going to be ready to go next fall. Thank you to everybody for coming.
And thank you all for joining us today, certainly our friends in the media. As Dr. Dessler said, it was the area's worst-kept secret, but you still showed up for a first-hand story, and we really appreciate that. And I can guarantee you from our perspective in RIT Athletics that we will give you a lot more to write about in the future. That said, we would like to invite all the media to stay. You can have one-on-one interviews with anyone in the panel or any of the athletes. Some good stories to be had. Thank you very much, and go Tigers!